Hello dear students, welcome to the GATE classes of Power Electronics, which is an initiative of TechQ faculties. Let's crack the GATE. So, let's begin the Power Electronics of module 2, which is AC/DC rectifiers. So, till now in AC/DC rectifiers, we have covered single phase, half wave, uncontrolled rectifiers. And for single phase, half wave, uncontrolled rectifiers, we have covered with R load, with RL load, with RLE load, and with pure inductive load. So, now in today's section, we are going with some two new types of load, that is RE load and C load. So, today's load is RE type load. How we deal with RE type load? So, let us have the circuit now. Oh, sorry. So, this is a RE type load. Again, we are taking output voltage at terminals A and B, that is V naught reference, and reference output current is I naught. This is source voltage reference, source current reference, diode voltage reference, and diode current reference. So, now let us draw the waveforms. So, this is my source voltage, sine wave of amplitude Vm. And this is our battery voltage E. We have discussed why we have taken this polarity here. Now, again so, we are drawing here output voltage. So, we have discussed that since this E will cause this diode to be reverse biased. So, until unless this supply voltage overcomes the effect of E, this diode will not turn on. Alright. So, let us say that at this point, till this point, so let us say if this point is alpha dash, so this point will be pi minus alpha dash. So, if we talk about alpha dash and pi minus alpha dash points, let us see what happens. So, this is 0, pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, 4 pi, and so on. So, if now again applying the same step by step procedure, first if you take the instant from 0 to alpha dash, we know that since from 0 to alpha dash this diode is off. So, when the diode is off, obviously output voltage will be 0. So, output voltage for this point is 0, not 0, because now if we draw the circuit, not 0, because this is our E load. So, when we have the circuit like this, modified circuit, it is better to draw the modified circuit. So, we can see when the circuit is like this is output voltage. If the current is not flowing through the load, then there is E, if, there in the output effect of E will be measured, means the battery voltage will be measured, means the output voltage will be equal to E, all right, from 0 to alpha dash. But as soon as we talk about, but since the circuit is disconnected, source is disconnected from the load and circuit is not completed, hence the output current will be 0. So, now let us talk about the next instant, that is from alpha dash to pi minus alpha dash. So, we can see from alpha dash to pi minus alpha dash, the diode is forward biased and thus diode is on. So, when the diode is on and if we draw the modified circuit, the modified circuit will be like this. I naught current is flowing and this is output voltage V naught and this is V s. So, what you have observed, when the output is connected, when the load is connected with the source, then again the load voltage is in parallel with the source voltage and hence the load will follow whatever the source value is at alpha dash instant. So, this value is here like this. So, if you make a dotted sine wave like this, so we will get a value like that. Okay. Now, if you see here, if you talk about the load current here. So, now at load current, since we can see that it is a only resistive load, hence the load current will also be like resist, means whatever is through means there in resistance load, all right. The load current will be similar to that. Since there is no inductor in this circuit, hence the circuit will not try to force the diode to remain turned on. Means if we write the means load current value, we can simply write that load current will be simply V s minus E by R. So, we can see that the load current will be a V s minus E by R. It means that the current will be in same phase with the same as that the voltage. But here you see that since we have got this much amount of voltage here, when the circuit was connected at alpha dash instant, some voltage was there, but the current will not, at the same time say this voltage was there. So, if you put this value here, all right, but here we can see, if you see the input side here at this point the E value and the V s value both are same. Hence, if you put the same values at this instant, at alpha dash instant, if you put the values of V s and E, so we can write here at alpha dash V s at alpha dash is equal to E value. It means the load current out I naught is 0. It means the load current will not start from such point. No, the load current will start from 0. Again, since at pi minus alpha dash, again the load current will become 0. Why? Because again at pi minus alpha dash, the this E is equal to the source value. So, when we draw the load current, it will rise from 0 and fall back again to 0, and this value is I m, where if you want to write the I m value, the I m value simply will be V m minus E by R. But please note that this curve here is a time varying curve, all right. Here is this because it is sine wave, but here it is a fixed value because I have written this value at only one instant, that is at peak value, all right. So, there is difference between these two. Now, what happens at pi minus alpha dash? So, when we write next instant, that is from pi minus alpha dash to pi. If you talk about this instant, we can see at pi minus alpha dash, again the E is equals to source voltage, and since it is a resistance, it is not inductor, does not store any kind of energy in itself. Hence, there is no meaning that the diode will have to remain forward biased. No, as soon as this E value supersedes the source value, this diode voltage will become again negative and the diode will become reverse biased, means again at this point the diode will be off. So, when the diode will be off at again this point, again the circuit will be like this, and again the output will comprise of only EMF, battery EMF, but load current will be 0. All right. And when we talk about the next instant, that is fourth instant, that is from pi to 2 pi, again we can see since the supply is also negative and the EMF is battery EMF is also negative, hence the diode will be negative due to both of them, and again the circuit will be like this, and again the output will be following the EMF E value. All right. Then again this EMF will continue till next alpha. Again we can see that this next alpha dash point is at 2 pi plus alpha dash. So, till this point again the circuit will remain off, and at 2 pi plus alpha dash, let us mark this, it is 2 pi plus alpha dash, and this point is 3 pi minus alpha dash. So, again at this point output voltage will be, the diode will be on and output voltage will be like this and current will be like this. All right. So, and again from 3 pi to 4 pi the circuit is off, hence output will be like this. So, we can see here also again the time period is 2 pi, but before moving on to calculate the average value and RMS value of the voltage, I just want to convey one thing to you, that in RLE type load also and in RE type load also, what you have observed, that whenever, let me make a separate branch here to make the concept very clear. Whether you have got a RLE type load or whether you have got a RE type load, you have observed that whenever the current is allowed to flow in this branch, this load branch, whenever the current is flowing, at that time the output voltage is not having any effect of E, because this load branch is directly connecting in parallel with the source. That is why the output voltage is following the source value in when the current is flowing, when the I naught is non-zero. All right. When the I naught is non-zero, then the output voltage is following the source voltage, because some current is flowing, and hence we are not getting EMF of E or effect of this battery EMF in the output. Because why it is so? Because again I am telling you, because we are measuring voltage from end terminals to the end terminals. We are not measuring voltage across any element. But you have observed that whenever the output voltage is 0, means whenever the circuit load is disconnected from the source, we are observing if the current is not flowing here, let us say if there is no current, at that point, since current is not there, hence there will be no drop in the resistance, there will be no drop in the inductance, and when there is no drop in these two, so whatever the value of E is there, that E is measured up, and that case the output voltage is equals to E. So, please note this point, because this is going to be helpful in further circuits where E is involved. But you have to be very careful with this, that whenever load current is not present, at that time output voltage is equal to E, but whenever the load current is present, at that time output voltage is equals to source voltage. In if I give you just a glance of future circuits which we are going to study here, in those terms it is known as continuous current mode and discontinuous current mode. So, whenever we are dealing with the RLE type load or RE type load, so whenever we are dealing with a continuous current mode means somehow or other the load current is continuously flowing. So, in that case we will never get E at the output, but if there is discontinuous current mode, just as this, because discontinuous current mode means whenever the output current becomes 0, like this is discontinuous mode. All right. So, whenever this continuous current mode is there, then at that time we must get E at the output. All right. I think this will make the concept very clear to you for the future circuits also. So, now let us find the average output voltage. So, again the average output voltage, I am taking the time period 2 pi, it is there, 2 pi is there, but I am calculating the time period from alpha dash to 2 pi plus alpha dash. All right, because here we have to do less to less calculations. So, if you calculate the means average output voltage, what we will get here, it is 1 upon 2 pi integration alpha dash to pi minus alpha dash V m sin omega t, you can see the curve of upper d omega t plus pi minus alpha dash to 2 pi plus alpha dash E into d omega t. If you solve it, you will get here as 1 upon 2 pi V m minus cos pi minus alpha dash plus cos alpha dash plus E into 2 pi plus alpha dash minus pi plus alpha dash. So, when you solve it, you will get the average output voltage is equals to 1 upon 2 pi V m. We know that cos pi minus theta is minus cos theta. So, it will become minus plus cos alpha dash plus cos alpha dash 2 cos alpha dash plus E multiplied by pi plus 2 alpha dash. Now, if you want to check whether it is correct or not, so I have told you the simple trick that just make alpha dash equal to 0. If you make alpha dash equal to 0, then this term will become and also make E equal to 0. All right. If you make alpha dash and E equal to 0, then this term will become 0, and here cos alpha dash means cos 0 is 1, so 2 and 2 will cancel out, you will get output voltage as V m upon pi, which proves that this average output voltage of ours is correct. All right. So, moving on to the next type of load, that is pure capacitor load. Pure capacitor or C load. This question has also came in GATE 2 to 3 times. So, if you have got a pure capacitor load like this, so for pure capacitor load, again let us mark this is plus minus load voltage and this is my reference load current, this is diode voltage, diode current, source voltage and source current. So, let us draw its waveform here. Here we have got this source voltage Okay. Peak voltage is Vm. Now, let us draw the output voltage, load voltage and the load current I naught. So, if you observe here, when the pure capacitor is there, so let us talk about the first instant, that is 0 to, initially we are considering that capacitor is fully discharged. So, from 0 to pi we are considering this term. So, here we can observe that when the capacitor is there, if you apply this, means diode is on at this time. So, now when the diode is on, immediately the circuit will be like this and the capacitor will start charging. Okay. Plus minus V naught and I naught. Now, you see that capacitor will start charging. Now, if you see here, again the load is in parallel with the source, but one question arises, will it continue for the full cycle? Means we are talking about 0, pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, 4 pi and so on. Will it continue for the full half cycle 0 to pi? Let us check. We know that when the capacitor charges, the capacitor charging current is given as I c equal to C dVc over dt. In this particular case, we can write I naught is equal to C dV naught upon dt. All right. So, here if the capacitor is initially discharged and also the capacitor voltage is given as V c is equals to 1 upon C integration I c dt. All right. Now, you see when the diode is on, diode is short circuited, the capacitor will start charging and the again load is in parallel with the source. So, you see the capacitor will start charging till the peak of the supply voltage. Observe this thing, that the capacitor will charge same like that. So, the capacitor will charge till the peak. All right. So, this peak is Vm basically. So, capacitor will charge up to Vm. But now observe, when the capacitor has already charged up to Vm, after that what is happening? The supply voltage from the peak is going down, means the slope of the supply voltage is going down, but since there is no path for the capacitor to discharge itself, since the capacitor cannot discharge itself, hence the capacitor will hold this Vm value until unless some circuit parameter is there or some modified circuit is there to discharge it. So, all right. So, after getting charged, when the just beyond pi by 2, this is pi by 2 instant, if you talk just beyond pi by 2, all right. So, just beyond pi by 2 what will happen, let me draw here, means for omega t greater than just pi by 2, what will happen, the source voltage will be less than the capacitor voltage and hence ultimately the source voltage will be less than the output voltage. So, when the source voltage is less than the capacitor voltage or output voltage, this diode will become reverse biased. So, means after pi by 2 the diode is basically off. So, when the diode is off, then what will happen? There is no discharging path for the capacitor and capacitor is ideal pure capacitor. So, capacitor will hold this Vm value till the end of the cycle. All right. So, till the end of the cycle, this half cycle the capacitor will hold this Vm value. Okay. So, now coming to the next instant, that is from pi to 2 pi. Here we can observe from pi to 2 pi the supply is also reverse biased and the diode is also the diode is reverse biased due to supply as well as due to capacitor, because capacitor has already charged with these polarities. So, when the capacitor is still, it means again the circuit will be a open circuit like this. So, when the circuit is open circuit, so output will be whatever the capacitor voltage is present there, that capacitor voltage will continue because the capacitor is not discharging for the whole cycle. Okay. Then again from 2 pi to 3 pi instant, if you consider again from 2 pi to 3 pi, just observe at peak. Before peak the supply is less than the capacitor voltage, and after peak also the supply is less than the capacitor voltage. This means that before peak also the diode is reverse biased, and after peak also the diode is reverse biased. So, again the capacitor will hold is the output voltage will be equal to the capacitor voltage, means the circuit will behave like this circuit only, and again for negative it is like this. So, what you are observing here, that once the capacitor, pure capacitor is applied as a load, there is the AC DC rectifier just gives whatever the capacitor stores values there, and that is equal to Vm. And now if you draw the load current from 0 to pi by 2, so we have got I not equal to C dV1 upon dt, and we know that this nature is sinusoidal, it is a sine wave. So, if you want to calculate the current, it will be a cosine wave, because the differentiation of sine wave is a cosine wave. So, from some peak value the current will decay to 0, and after that since the circuit is open and hence no load current is flowing because capacitor is not discharging. So, after that the current is basically 0. It means what, again there is no such kind of thing, rectification kind of thing is not there. Only thing what is happening is that you are getting some constant value of capacitor voltage there. But rest, if you connect something across the capacitor, then the capacitor will start discharging also, and in that case the waveforms will change, then these waveforms are not applicable. So, now if you talk about what will be the PIV rating of diode in this case, for a pure capacitor case, what kind of PIV rating of diode you require. So, you can see that the diode has become reverse biased, one due to supply and second due to capacitor. So, just write the KVL equations here. If you write the KVL equations here, we are getting Vs minus Vd minus V naught equal to 0, hence diode voltage is equals to Vs plus V naught, and we know that V naught is equal to Vc, Vs plus Vc, and Vc is basically Vm. So, we can write Vs plus Vm, and Vm is not nothing but Vm is a constant voltage. It means if you are drawing this negative cycle, means this whole sine wave will get shifted by Vm, means if you draw here this whole sine wave which is getting upward portion also, this will get shifted to downward portion by Vm. It means when the sine wave will get shifted downwards, let me make it here. Let us say this is the input, this is the sine wave which we have, and this is the peak voltage Vm, and if you are shifting this sine wave by Vm, means downwards, means this is minus Vm, by this you are shifting. So, what you will get? You will get a twice of supply. If you add these two, what you will get? This is Vm. So, what will happen? This 0 point will come to the minus Vm point, and this Vm point will come to the 0 point, yes. So, if you draw here, this Vm point will come to 0 point, and again 0 point come to minus Vm point, and what will happen to negative values? It will become double negative, means minus Vm will come to the minus 2 Vm point, like this. Okay. So, what you will get here? It is 2 Vm. It means for if a rectifier is supplied with a pure capacitive load, then the PIV rating of the diodes must be 2 times of Vm, means double voltage rating diodes are required for supplying a pure capacitive load. But the means if you take very less current rating diode here, then there is no harm in this, all right. So, for this, like if you want to calculate the average output voltage here, so if you say that for infinite cycles, if this voltage is continuing for infinite cycles. So, just leave this 1/2 cycle. If you exclude this 1/2 cycle, the average output voltage in this case will be a constant Vm value, alright. But we do not take such kind of cases, because we cannot utilize it in this circuit anywhere, alright. Whatever we have got in our UPS systems, that is a capacitor in parallel with the load, alright, that is something different. So, we are in this lecture we are covering till up to this point. In my next lecture we will cover single phase half wave controlled rectifiers, means with SCRs. Why I am taking directly single phase half wave controlled rectifier? Because just now we have studied about single phase half wave uncontrolled rectifiers. So, it will be easier to understand by analogy of the single phase half wave uncontrolled rectifier. Till then, thank you very much. How do you like the video, and for your any queries and doubt, please post in the comment sections.